Everyone, can you hear me? So you might need to have a headphone because apparently, and here's what's going to happen: you'll have an echo of some sort. So today we are conducting a live office hours session. Call it a masterclass, call it an office hours. But what we are trying to do today is discuss a real world problem sent to us by a client. Now that problems is, how do we compete with larger blogs in the age of AI? How do we produce content that we can consistently get traffic from AI searches and be featured in AI? So that led me to think there is a bigger issue at hand here. So one of the things obviously is actually appearing in the AI search results, but the foundation, the fundamental problem is, what are people searching for? Because it's no longer keyword optimization. So the concept here is intent optimization. What intent does your prospect have based on which your content would appear in the chat GPT or in cloud or any other search results? So that got us thinking, and we started to look at how do we create the content based on customer journey, so we know what the intent is at each stage of that customer journey. So today in this training we are going to talk about specific stages in a typical e-commerce business. what the what are the questions in the minds of your customer at each stage, so what their goals are, what's their intent, and therefore what questions they might ask. And based on those questions, how would you produce content that goes well within your blog, YouTube channel, podcast, etc., to be featured in search results in a chat GPT or Anthropic or Perplexity AI search results. So that's what this video is all about. To begin with, what I'm going to do is briefly talk about a customer journey situation where I'm going to attempt and share my screen. Not 100% sure if I can do it in this format here. Can I do that here? Share screen. There you go. And it should be a window. There you go. Right. So now that my screen's visible, let's look at the leftmost column first. And then we are going to look at the top row step by step. So the top left column, we start from here. What are the main questions in customers' mind? Now, on the right, you would see the customer journey, and each journey will have a business goal. What is our purpose? So, what are the main questions in the customer's mind? What activities are they doing to answer those questions or to ask those questions in the world? What are their goals at this stage? Now, these goals will relate directly to the product or service that we are selling. What are the touch points that they are using to send those questions out into the real world? What is their general experience about your brand? Is it inquisitive? Is it inquiry? Is it excited? Is it sad? Is it happy? What is their excitement or what is their experience level at this point? Now turn the table and talk about the business. What is the goal of our business at this point? What do we want to do for, what do we want from the customer at this stage? What KPIs will we use to measure what our goals are, and what activities will we do to deliver on those KPIs? So let's say our goal is to get them to click or come to the website. The KPI could be 100 clicks. The activities would be 20 pieces of content. So that's kind of what we are going to talk about here. And what format will be produced. So 20 pieces of content, which means could be one piece of video, two pieces of audio, etc. And then the rest of it is your internal processes and systems, as detailed as you want to go into it. So while we have discussed the left column, let's talk about rightmost. But before we do that, let me see if there is any question on this in the chat. So bear with me as I do this. Is there a question on the chat somewhere that you can ask or you want to ask me? I'm going to look at the chat quickly here. Studio chat, live stream chat. Here we go. Live stream chat. Okay. Ask questions here. It should go out. Yes, there you go. Okay. So please bear with me as I get excited because it's the first time we're doing a live stream on a slide screen share on Riverside. Okay, so now let's look at the screen here once again. Uh, the first stage, and the way we've divided this is there are typically, I believe, four stages here. The four stages are converting them from a prospect to a subscriber. Look, if they are not in the market for your product, then they are just an individual. But if they have a pain point, or if they express any amount of intent as a prospect for our product, then our goal is to convert them into a subscriber as a first step. Then, from being a subscriber, obviously the goal is to turn them into a customer, but the stage is during purchase. So while they're a subscriber, our job as a business is to convince them to buy from us, to deliver right kind of content, to engage, to nurture that relationship, and answer all of their pre-purchase questions. Then, during purchase, post-purchase, they placed an order. Now, how do you deliver, get them to use, and get them to buy more? And once they've done that, then indoctrinate them as a fan of your brand, make them loyal to your brand, and get them to promote yourself or your brand to the other people around their community. So how do we look at it in terms of smaller steps? So let's say from prospect to subscriber, they've not taken any action, they don't know the problem persists. Let's take an example of a chocolate company. I was looking at a website, Mr. Beast Feastable's website a while back. Let's look at that example. Now they're looking to sell chocolate to somebody who's basically got no idea that they're going to buy chocolate today, and they're browsing on Facebook. Now, what is our main purpose? Our main purpose at this stage is to bring them to our website. So at this point, this example is for a DNA testing company, but this spreadsheet is from a company that's a DNA testing company. We can talk about chocolates here. So they're not actively seeking a chocolate, but they may come across information about them. So main questions in their mind. Now let's assume that they're not looking for chocolate. So the main question is, where does the chocolate come from, or what is the specific flavor of this chocolate, or what does this chocolate make me feel like, right? So that's mostly the questions that you could probably answer, because there are six core elements that you can use to initiate an intent based discovery. Those are value proposition, those are comparison with some other brands, those are how do you what problem do you solve for them, how are you better priced, there is ingredients. So there's a couple of them. I mean, I've got a set list separately that I can't narrate right off the bat, but yes, that is the list. So you could be using any of those advertising pieces. So those are typically the questions in their mind at this point. Now, there are they going to ask a question? No. Will they actively search? Maybe they will. It's Valentine's Day. They might actually want to go look at which chocolates make the most sense for gifting to my girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whoever that is. So that could be a question in their mind. So the idea here is, based on that, what are they doing? Scrolling social media, they're searching, they're watching some video, maybe engaging with some influencers content, they may be reading some article about some chocolate, specific chocolate cake, or some sort of how to make a specific chocolate. And the attending events is an overkill, but maybe they're on a dating event, how do you know? And there are free chocolates available there. Anyways, so what I'm saying is that this is not the right way, I mean, this is not the right platform for me to discuss those elements, but those are the elements that should go through your mind when you're creating this content strategy. Because based on this strategy, we are going to go to the next stage, which is actually creating this content. So let's keep going. So what are they doing for the chocolate company? They're probably browsing the internet, looking at some influencer content. They may even go and search Valentine's chocolate gift boxes or something of that nature, right? So that's what they're doing at that stage. What is their goal at this point? Their goal definitely is to buy chocolates. I mean, they don't want to stay informed. They want to buy chocolates. They want to see what's the latest, what are the gift ideas, what is trending, what are people generally buying, what their girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife may have seen and might be interested in getting. So that's what their goals are, to discover new products primarily. Now, let's go to touch points. Where are they doing this? They could be doing this on TikTok. We're talking chocolates here, right? So they'll be doing this on TikTok. They could be doing this on Instagram. I'm not 100% convinced that they would be doing this on Facebook. So they would probably, I mean, I don't know, maybe my generation went 20 years ago and asked someone if you've tried, uh, I don't know, the chocolate. We once shipped some chocolates in a shipping container. So there was stupid of us, all the oil oozed out. So we might have asked, how do you, does someone know how to ship lint chocolates in a shipping container? So that could be on Facebook, but otherwise TikTok and Instagram. So touch points. Now their experience at this point is inquisitive. They are curious. So it would not be curiously optimistic, but it would be curious in the context of chocolates, especially during Valentine's Day. What are the goals of our business at this stage? Creating brand awareness, getting our brand in front of their face, sparking curiosity, why we are better than the others. Of course, we will solve those questions as we go along, but attracting potential customers, that's our goal here, right? So, how do we measure? We measure it by social media engagement, website traffic, content views, influencer reach, and event attendance if we are conducting an event about Valentine Signals meetup or Galentine Signals meetup, etc. The point I'm trying to make here is that these are the things you need to consider before you start pushing content out, because every one of these elements will actually determine how much content of what category on which platform would you publish in order to achieve your KPIs. Now comes the business activity. So we create marketing campaigns, create engaging content, we collaborate with influencers, attending industry events, once again same thing, or manage and publish on social media accounts, create some PR buzz, or send cold emails. We're not sending cold emails because we're not selling chocolates. We're not selling any B2B activities here. You don't sell chocolate on cold email. And therefore, the formats could be these. So blog posts, LinkedIn, Quora, interaction on communities, social media posts on Facebook, Instagram, etc. We don't do infographics. We don't do Reddit for selling chocolate. We may do some videos. We may do some. We could talk about it on a podcast, some lifestyle podcast probably, and that's the kind of thing you would do specifically for content of this type of things. So there are AI GPTs available for this. So ask one of our team members and we'll give you the GPT. But typically, when you add your product information, when you add the customer journey roadmap, it would give you a lot of these things based on the product and the audience that you upload to the GPT. So that's kind of the idea here. So now I'm not going to go into all these details across the stages of the customer journey, but I'll explain the customer journey to you. So now let's assume they're searching online. You will obviously do SEO so that you want to rank high on SEO, which is what this training today will be all about. Brand search, they may look at your brand, forget about it for a couple of days. 6 days down the road, they come, hey, what was that brand? Feastables. They search for the brand. So now they're doing a specific brand search. You may want to spend some money on Google Ads for that matter. But typically, that's what they do. They come to the website, they look at the website pages. Our goal at this stage is to get their email address as quickly as we can. So now we want to start offering them lead magnets. A discount code could be a lead magnet. 3 free pieces of chocolate every time you buy a 12-piece box could be a lead magnet. Uh, Chocolate buying or chocolate shopping guide, or 3 flavors of chocolate that you have to try this year could be a lead magnet. The best chocolate resorts in the world could be a lead magnet that they want to sign up for. So it could be anything. I mean, again, as I said, depending on how wacky you want your brand to be and what kind of content you want to produce, what kind of brand image do you want to create. Based on that, you will create those lead magnets, get their email address. Now you will start talking to them about your product. Whatever they searched for, let's say you were running ads, they came for value, they came for flavor, they came for variety, they came for price. Whatever that is, you're going to engage them with that specific content to begin with, and then you will start giving them rest of the things, because now their questions are, okay, this brand is sending me details, how does it taste, what good is it? So you will show them testimonials, you will show them some more content, you will show them some more test reports, how your chocolate was found the purest, how you're supporting people in Ghana and Kenya and Nigeria, the people that produce these chocolate beans. So, how do you contribute to the community? How do you make sure that they got paid living wages? You will do all of these things in order to come to a point where you can convince them to try your chocolate. So that's the this stage of content. Then comes your during purchase situation. Let's assume they came to your site, added to cart, and then suddenly they saw, hey, it's going to take $12 to ship it to me in the next 2 days. I don't want that. Now that's kind of the situation that you want to avoid. So the add to cart situation, it's a CRO exercise, but pay attention to why people leave your carts. Now, while they're in the cart, are they getting a great deal? Can you upsell? Can you say if you added $12 more, you would end up getting free shipping? So now they know that instead of paying $12 for shipping, they could just add 2 more chocolate boxes and get free shipping. They might want to do that. So therefore, that's the kind of questions that are in their mind that you would answer at this stage. Now you keep going. How often will I receive emails? They're probably also considering that. So during this stage, you also tell them that, okay, we will send you 3 emails a week or 3 emails a month, whatever that number is. Can I expect exclusive offers or discounts? So these are some of the questions that are in their mind. Sorry, where am I? I'm here. I apologize. Okay. Am I being entertained? Am I learning something? Does it do everything I need? They're now in add to cart. product related questions. So they are now here. Assuming they started to check out and they have checked out, they're placing an order. They will definitely look for some coupon codes. So, do you have coupon codes? If you don't, why not? Do you have content around that strategy? Can you add more product? How buy more, save more applies? Or maybe some more chocolates will help contribute to more upliftment of people that you support. Could be any reason, but that kind of content comes in handy at this stage of the buying funnel. Return policy, that is important. What is your return policy? That comes in handy to talk to them at that stage. Now that they have placed the order, you want to reduce buyer's remorse. Immediately, the questions in their mind change. Did they receive my order? Did they receive my credit card information? Was the payment processed? So that is the first piece of content you send to them. And then you remove buyer's remorse. People buy with emotion, justify by logic later. Now your job is to convince that logical part of their brain. How do you do that? You show them testimonials. You show them high quality of your product, high quality of your craftsmanship. Show them how they have a 100% return guarantee. Show them how you're available to support, answer any questions that they have. So those are the pieces of content you produce at this stage of their customer journey. Then once they've received it, your goal, how to unpack, how to enjoy it best. Here are 3 recipes to use with your chocolate. Use it with milk, use it with oat milk, use it with a glass of juice for all you know. But give them that idea. Get them to not only use your product, but the best possible way to use your product to generate maximum delight. That's your goal at this stage. They might need help at this point because your package was broken, chocolate was molten, the shipment did not arrive on time, the shipment damaged the product. Content around that is also important to produce. So while the percentage of content that goes on each of these stages we'll discuss separately, but for now, yes, that's the content that you will need at this stage. Now, product was bad, you should preempt problems. You should look at Amazon, you should look at product reviews, you should see why people complain about chocolates. Based on that, preempt those questions and make sure that you have answered those questions ahead of time. That blog posts, customer supports forums, your knowledge base, they have already got content available to answer all bad feedback questions, so that your customers know you have given your business some thought and you are available to solve their problem. Then let's say they like it, sell more. Of course you want to sell more. So do you have emails ready at this stage? Do you have more content? You have any more upselling content ready? For example, let's say they bought basic level of chocolates. Now you want to sell some premium level of chocolates. Do you have some blogs about premium version of chocolates? What makes them premium? Who bought them before them? Who, which celebrity endorses these chocolates? Which celebrity carries them in their purse at all times? That kind of content is important at this stage. And then comes testimonials, referrals, and advocacy. The fourth stage, brand indoctrination. This is where you want them to recommend products. You want them to talk to other people about your products. Now, how do you do that? You want to basically answer these questions. Do I want to share my experience? Make it easy for them. Write content about how they can share it with their friends. Have pre-built coupon codes ready. Buy one, get one free. Or give 10, get $10. Give them $10 to your friend to try our products. We'll give you $10 off on your next order. So that's the kind of content you should have readily available at this stage of the customer journey. And there is a number of different questions that you come across, but that's primarily the idea. Now, referrals, similar structure. Advocacy, similar structure. Would you like them to post on social media? If yes, how about having some examples already available so you can share those examples in the post purchase emails? When they see these examples, remember, monkey see, monkey do. When they see other people have already done it, that has pre-framed the expectation in their mind. And if they're slumped in the face with an email saying, get $25 off your next order when you send us a video of how you liked it or how you unboxed the product. There you go. Suddenly you're getting videos by the dozens. Why? Because $25 is a lot of money for a chocolate. So they might get it for free. And that's okay because you're getting a lot of content. So every stage of the customer journey, their mindset is different. And your job as a content writer is to answer those questions. So that's one part that we covered here. Now I'm going to pause and see what questions do you have before we go to the next stage here. Any questions so far? You can see the chat, right? Yeah. Any questions? No. Awesome. Wow. I must be doing well today. Okay. Let's keep going. So now that you've done this, and this is thanks to Lisa Adams from LinkedIn. I'm going to tag her in this post, by the way. So this was a sample or template that I looked at, and then I said this is interesting to include here. Now she was talking about SaaS products, and she's talking about B2B companies. Growthpath.net, that's their website, by the way. Definitely go check it out. Lisa Adams, yes, she's doing an amazing job on AI side of things. So when you do this, now what they talked about was customer review automation. What I'm talking about is there are two or three different ways to do this. One is use an AI agent to scrape reviews from websites that are competing websites. You will find it extremely hard to scrape the reviews from Amazon. Amazon will not let you scrape reviews. It will block the IPs and all. So try and scrape reviews from other websites. Scrape content from sites like Reddit if you can. Even if not scrape, you could copy paste the content. The idea is Reddit is one of the world's most prominent forums for actual user generated content. The way they moderate these forums is unbelievable. So when people talk about chocolate, they talk about real pains, real pleasures, real fun, real desires, real wants. So when you get that content, take this content to a GPT, and there are some specific prompts, and I'll point you to an article written by Lisa, I think a couple of months ago, and there are specific prompts that you can use to simply get these questions. The chat GPT prompt, and I'll also post this prompt here, by the way, but those prompts will tell you what questions does your customers have at each stage of the customer journey, and then you plug those questions in here. Based on those questions, you can start to answer, and then you can see where they hang. So the idea here is there are 5 elements to implementing your search, improving your search results with AI. So first is, give me 1 second, I'm going to load it up here in the screen. I'm Where is that screen? It's here it is. Okay, I had it loaded. I don't know where did it go, so it's my apologies. But here we go. So the 5 parts of a AI powered SEO strategy is: one, you optimize for intent and not just keywords, which is what we covered today. The second thing is, if you know, OpenAI just paid about $70 million in a contract to Reddit for getting their data. I believe this is an ongoing relationship because content on Reddit is constantly being updated. So that deal kind of tells you how OpenAI is collecting its data, at least on one side. Like Reddit, if you have done any considerable amount of research on ChatGPT, Anthropic, Claude, and Google Gemini or DeepSeek even, most of their sources are the top blogs, Healthline, Wellness, etc. So what you want to do is you want to have your content PR friendly and be featured on these websites. So invest in PR. You may not get placements in these blogs, but because these blogs are being cited, YouTube videos, they're in TikToks. So no need to limit yourself to just text only content. Deliver exceptional website experiences. Now this is important because if you, and this is directly from Lisa's blog that she wrote a few months ago. If you earn a citation or get a visitor, don't lose them to poor user experience. Personalize that experience because AI allows you to do that. Based on what they came for, you can dynamically alter either the text or at least the chatbot so that you can then talk to them and answer the questions the way they need them answered. And last but not the least, publish this content in as many channels as you can. So text, blogs is one, videos is another, podcast is another. But can you do short form video? Can you do Quora? Can you do Medium? Can you do I don't know what else there is. Dev.to, for example, for developer websites. So can you identify every channel that your customers hang out at, and then make sure that your business is publishing content on those channels. So that way you would be able to essentially get ahead of this SEO jargon, this SEO situation. We call it AICO, AI chatbot optimization. So your content, your business, your products start appearing on those channels. That's kind of the idea here. So that's basically is what is happening. But other than that, this is what I believe the end of this conversation. There are 2 tracks about it. Okay, so this is basically what the training is. Are there any questions or does that help? Or does that not help? Should we end it? Okay, good. So I think this is Short and sweet, 25 minutes. I will see you next week.